Trump and the media at it again. Welcome to the Militant Moderate Podcast. I'm your host, Paul Michael Bolin. And today, well, the media and Trump are at it again. Go figure. Okay, so this one seems to be between Donald Trump and Congresswoman Frederica Wilson out of Florida. And in the sense that to never let a tragedy go to waste, Ms. Wilson has deliberately found a way to misquote Donald Trump. First, what were our soldiers doing in Niger? Apparently, this happened under the Obama administration. He put several hundred troops there to combat Boko Haram, which is if you remember, there was a meme going around about bring our girls home when a bunch of girls were kidnapped by Boko Haram and thought to be sold as like sex slaves and things like that. You know, really screwed up. Apparently, we haven't gotten most of those girls haven't actually gotten back yet. So that's why they were there. Started on Obama. Yes, Trump continued it. On October 4th, some American soldiers were ambushed by ISIS, who was also prevalent in the region. 4 American servicemen were killed. Subject to this was a Sergeant LaDavid Johnson. First and foremost, the Johnson family, I'm very sorry for your loss. And some blame definitely can be shown through Trump on this one because it took him 12 days to respond to the soldiers being killed. Don't know why it took him that long. Also, he said something to the effect of the other presidents don't call the soldiers. You know, which is just dumb, Don. Don't freaking say that. I'm pretty sure that somewhere out there's a letter that George Washington wrote to the widow of a soldier from the Revolutionary War. Okay, Don, stop. Don't do that. Okay, first, why was Congressman Wilson in the limo with the widow and the widow's family? Apparently, Sergeant Johnson was a part of a mentoring program that the Congresswoman set up in her district since the age of 11. Sergeant Johnson has a brother who's in the program as we speak. So she had absolutely every right to be there. So we're going to give her the benefit of the doubt that she wasn't there to stir up things. She was there truly because she knew the boy since he was 11. So they're in the limo on the way to pick up the remains of Sergeant Johnson. And apparently on the way to that, they found out that we're not going to be able to have an open casket. Yeah. Again, condolences to the Johnson family. I didn't see exactly where it was, but it was like right after the phone call. The congresswoman was being interviewed, and she said, Trump said, well, I guess he knew what he was getting into. Wow, that sounds horrifying coming from the president, but that's not really what he said. Now, when she later went on CNN, she then said the true quote was, I'm sure he knew what he was signing up for, but it still hurts. You see a difference between this and that? A little creative editing. Now, she also went on The View and she didn't go on it. She phoned in an interview on The View, and she was talking about why was he killed? Why did the terrorists have better weapons than our boys? Why did it take so long for them to get to him? And all these things need to be answered. And then she compared it's like, this is going to be Trump's Benghazi. Little too soon to tell, okay? But absolutely. Let's investigate what happened, just to hope that maybe it won't happen to the next soldier. Here she is, deliberately misquoting Trump just to start going around on the circuit. Granted, Trump, who normally can't help but shoot himself in the foot, tweeted out, Democratic Congresswoman totally fabricated what I said to the wife of the soldier who died in action. And I have proof. Sad. Don. Don, you don't have to respond to everyone. Okay? The truth would have found its way out. Okay? We'll let that try to happen first. Yeah, granted. Now, all the media directions trying to blow things out of proportion. Rob Reiner was also on The View saying, this man's a psychopath. Look at how he treats people. Hey, dude, can we just put our partisan hats away and stop getting wrapped up in silly crap like this? Is that a possibility? Please? At some point? Always read the article, okay? When you see, Donald Trump said, well, I guess what he knew what he was getting into. Read a little bit further. There are plenty of reasons to criticize Donald Trump. Why make things up like this? And I know it's not necessarily making things up, but it's definitely presenting, when she mispresented his quote, just to stir up some crap. Imagine what these families going through. I can't imagine it. And now it's just that much worse. So at the end of the day, Congressman Wilson, you know what you're doing, and you're being an asshole. Kind of a fart mouth. Don, you're not helping. Calm down. Calm down. Stop it. This has been the Militant Moderate Podcast. I'm your host, Paul Michael Bolin. Please like and subscribe, and always leave us a comment down below on how much of a Trump apologist you think I am. On the other side of that, just be nice to one another. Okay, Don, please?